Hey everybody, welcome to the DA Wrestling Podcast here. This is the news edition. Yet again, it seems to be kind of like a thing we're going to start doing on maybe semi-regular basis because there seems to be a lot of news going on right now in the world. So this week, Rhea Ripley vacates the title on WWE. Gable turns heel. Thank God, about bloody time on that one. Sheamus returns. The AEW Dynasty is this weekend. John Moxley returned tonight also on Wednesday, which is great, and more. So, first off, before we get everything going, guys, make sure you like, share, subscribe down below. Hope you're enjoying the channel. Comment, guys. Comment, share, all those things. So tell us the comments. I want to see them. And first off, though, let's go say hi to Doug.
What's going on? Yeah, and then actually as a bonus for you guys, we'll have a mini return of DA Sports.
Yeah, absolutely.
As we'll talk about
We're talking,
Jonte Porter getting banned from the NBA for life.
we're
And
talking
then
baseball.
we'll talk a little bit of baseball,
We'll
and
talk some
then
puck.
NHL playoffs start on Saturday.
Oh, that'd be a fun
NBA
one.
NBA playoffs start this weekend.
Yeah, it's
So
playoff time.
it is one of the
It's
best times of
spring
the year.
playoff time. It's spring playoff time.
One of the best times of the year, man.
Absolutely. All right. Let's get started with this whole thing first. So, Rhea Ripley last week on Raw gets attacked by Liv Morgan and subsequently ends up getting a shoulder injury, kind of apparently a freak accident. Um, so Rhea had to be forced to vacate the women's world title this week on
Hmm.
Raw. Uh,
They
Thoughts on
said,
that?
yeah, so from what I understand, when she got thrown into the wall,
Yeah.
she sprained her AC joint.
Mm.
Um, and they're saying recovery from the injury itself will be 4 to 6 weeks, but it'll be probably 3+ months before she's back in the ring.
Yeah, I heard
Uh,
a lot of people be kind of double standard on this one. Roman takes time off and just doesn't show up for like 2 months and keeps the title. Then there's Rhea Ripley who vacates the title. Listen, it's not really double standard. One's injured, one is not.
yeah, and I mean, like I've talked before about how maybe we can like I've talked before on the show that you know Roman's title reign kind of took it back to the old school where you wouldn't necessarily get a title match every single month,
Yeah,
but every single one that he was a part of felt important
yeah.
because especially between like from
I'd say
the
the
back
past year we
well
got for a month one.
the back half of
Yeah,
2022 onward, then you know he was kind of sporadic, but he's apparently off filming a movie now. So
yeah. Roman's like that's like Zeus right there. Um, the whole thing is with Roman. The guy's earned his time. He really has. He's made a company a lot of money. If you think he hasn't, go look at the sales. When you look at his sales,
As Cody Rhodes said
yeah,
at the press conference after WrestleMania, like he has changed the industry.
hmm,
He is one of, if not the most important figures in this generation.
yeah,
Um, and it's a large part because of him and the storytelling with the bloodline that started making wrestling cool again. You
yeah.
know, the Rock kind of, you know, stole that kind of tagline, but
I'd say The Rock kind of amplified this whole story too. Now,
100%. And it'll be something we can go back in a couple of years and, just kind of we look at the aftermath. And I saw a really cool thing about like the domino effect of Roman getting COVID at that day one pay-per-view
oh yeah,
in 2022.
yeah.
Um, the domino effect that caused, that's a fun conversation.
Well, it's funny. Like if you look, like you think about it now. Now, a couple of years ago, I'd say it's probably more like 10 years ago now.
Mm,
WWE did like the top 100 greatest WWE wrestlers of all time. I think they did.
yeah, okay.
right? I think number one was Shawn Michaels.
Okay.
I think number two was Taker. Brett was in there. Austin was in there. Like they're the top 10, top right. Roman was like wasn't even close in that. Like if you redid that list now, Roman's
Roman's in the
probably
top five.
top five. It's just, but it's the same thing though too with the NFL. We'll talk about it later on too with sports, but the NFL did a top 100 years ago, which led to the whole top 100 players that year.
Yep.
Number one, that when they did the first of the top 100 was Jerry Rice. It was Jim Brown number two.
Oh, was that the NFL 100
Yeah,
thing?
the NFL 100. That's kind of where the sparked the whole
Yeah.
NFL. That you do the yearly 100, right? Now, um, back then, I said Jerry Rice was number one. Jim Brown was number two. Lawrence Taylor was number three. Manning was like number four.
I would argue
And so
now,
on. Are you like if you look at that list now? If you redid that list now,
Tom Brady.
I think you're. I think it's hard to debate between one and two because you have Jerry Rice for a lot of things that he owns, records wise, he owns and what he did in the league. And you have like a Tom Brady. It's almost like a 1A, 1B.
So the reason why I would put Tom Brady over Jerry Rice is
Super Bowls
he has just as many records as
and
Jerry
more
Rice, and he has like three more championships.
Actually, he has four more championships than Jerry Rice.
I thought Rice was there for four.
Jerry's got he has right, if I'm correct, two he has two of Montana
And one with Young.
One with Steve Young, if I'm correct.
Okay. Anyways,
But I could be wrong. It's
back,
been a while since I looked that up. It could
back to
actually
Ripley. Back to Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
I mean, we here hope she gets better soon.
Like I love mommy, man. It's a great looking girl.
We're gonna miss our mommy, you know. No one take that out of context. But next week,
though, to turn to a heel turn for Liv Morgan though.
Oh yeah. I think when Rhea gets back, I think, you know, we're gonna start to see the slow dissolve of the Judgment Day, especially we'll see how Priest's reign turns out over the next couple months.
Yeah.
But yeah, next week they're gonna have some way to determine the new women's champion. I think it's gonna be a battle royal.
Well, I hope not, but I think Liv is gonna win that.
I think Liv wins the title next week too.
I think Liv wins it. I think Liv's gonna hold it till Mommy gets back, and then Mommy's gonna win. Or they'll do a series of matches till Mommy eventually gets the title back. One or the other. Speaking of heel turns, though, the Chad Gable heel turn finally happened.
And you know what? Nice. There was a tease on Twitter from Brutus Creed.
Oh yeah.
After that happened, he sent out a tweet. He said, "Ready, willing, and ... Now,
yeah.
For longtime fans of the product, you may remember that Chad Gable's catchphrase back in NXT was "Ready, willing, and Gable."
Yep.
Okay. And I think if you turn the Creed heel and stick them with Gable, it'd be like Team Angle 2.0.
I think, yeah, that's, if you do the Chad Gable, like Kurt Angle, like Team Angle stuff, I think that'd be a lot of fun.
I think so too.
Totally a lot of fun. I think, you know what? I don't think they're going to bobble this one like they kind of did before. Because the whole thing with the whole Gable Academy was kind of just to like be heels, but kind of turn face and made it comical.
Well, I mean, they got over with their comedy, and kind of like
I don't think you see the shoosh anymore.
Oh God, no. I think we're going to see the most serious version of Chad Gable that we've ever seen.
The wrestling machine. I don't think Sami's title reign is going to last very long. I think they're going to strap it, especially if it goes over well. I can see them strapping that IC title to Gable.
I think. Well, I mean, everyone kind of talks about finishing the story these days.
Yeah.
But I think the end game for that Gable story, is him eventually winning the Intercontinental title.
Yeah.
Speaking of Sami, How fucking awesome was that entrance?
It's Montreal, man.
I know. I know it's Montreal. I
Right?
know.
Actually, I kind of wasn't there, and Triple H was there, and a lot of cheers for Triple H, which kind of made me wonder. Wonder what happened if Sean showed up there. So I wonder if they still remember that crap.
Oh,
I wonder if they still remember that nonsense from years ago now. Because it's been what, 20 years since, if not longer?
what, the screw job?
Yeah.
The screw job happened in 97.
So it's over 20 years.
So we're almost at 30 years, dude.
Yeah. So I really hope they forgot about that crap.
That happened 27 years ago. I bet you half the audience there on Monday night
We're children.
wasn't even born, or they were children when the screw job happened.
Well, 97, I was what? I was born 82. So I was what,
So
15,
15.
16? Yeah, 15 years old, 16 years old.
I was 6.
So a lot of people probably don't remember it. I remember it more vividly than a lot of people do because I saw it.
But it's a very infamous moment, and
It is.
and it's something that the city of Montreal is always going to be tied to in terms of professional wrestling.
Yeah, because it's Montreal, and it's also Canada, and it's Bret Hart.
Speaking, you brought up Triple H. Why was Triple H there?
Triple H was there also too to announce the new looking World Tag Team titles for the Awesome Truth, and they're making the titles look. I like this. They're making the titles look like each brand, so I'm assuming the SmackDown titles will be changed, and they're going to look more like the Universal title with the blue. I think they're going with the Universal title, where it's like the W.
Yeah, I can see that.
I can see that, right? They're almost making them all the titles actually per brand separate. Like they pretty much all be the same. Let's be honest, but they're
Sure.
gonna make like the Raw stuff is gonna look like the Raw stuff, and then you have the SmackDown stuff like the SmackDown. There's not gonna base just around a blue fucking strap.
Yeah,
Because for years that was stupid.
Oh, I agree.
Absolutely ridiculous. That was basically a lazy man's way of changing the title.
Yeah, and the stupid Trojan heads. I'm so done with those. Can you believe how long those titles have been in existence? Like 15 years, dude.
Has it been 15 years?
Close to it.
You know what? I wish they would go back to the old tag team titles that I grew up with Axe and Smash and Heart Foundation holding them. It was kind of like the whole like box kind of shit. Like I like that.
Yeah.
Right. But then again, too, you know what? Don't be surprised if Cody gets his wish if they bring back the Winged Eagle
I
title.
would love that.
That'd be awesome.
An updated version of it.
Yeah, that was well, they had one year, they had one a long time ago with when Austin first won the title.
Yeah, the big
circle. Big circle one, but they had the Winged Eagle on it. Right? But it wasn't like the Winged Eagle that Brett held.
And
Brett held or Hogan held.
It's funny. I don't even like equate that version of the title to Austin. That's to me is like the Rock Triple H title.
I only equate to Austin because Austin was the first one to actually hold that version of
No, I understand. But Austin was hurt for a lot of that period too.
He was, yeah. That was I mean, you're right. It was more Triple H the Rock title, but
last little note about Raw.
Sheamus returned
back with his banger of an original theme song.
It's a shameful day. Fucking love that. That's a great tune. I mean, it's kind of like almost like a remix.
Because it still has that intro of his old one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they brought back the original. I was like, it's a shameful day. Like, that's a great tune.
But I mean, Montreal was so loud you could hardly hear it.
Yeah, but you were able to make it out for sure. Like, that's new. That's the old one. Like,
sorry.
I had to think back for a few minutes if I was right, I was thinking of the old one. I had to think for a few minutes. Like, is that right?
So first of all, that was Sheamus's first match since wrestling Edge last August in Toronto.
So he was gone. He's been gone for a while.
Yeah. Secondly, this show in Montreal actually broke the streak of 18 straight weeks of sellouts for television. But they only missed it by 300 tickets.
Well, that's because the Happy Tone weren't playing anymore. They're all done. The Have fans there are upset. Probably.
When we get to the NHL portion of this, I'm going to ask you a question.
Sure, we should go back and take a look at our past videos, see the predictions for the
I
NHL.
have so the notebook I wrote that down in, I'm currently using at work.
Oh, lovely.
So when the awards come out in June, I'll make sure to grab that page out of the notebook um and we'll definitely go over that. But yeah, so yeah, AEW Dynasty's coming up this
It
weekend.
is. The card, they add some stuff with the card, which looks really interesting. Some things I didn't even happen to see because we don't
Is
really talk all that much AEW anymore. But
is this the tiebreaker for the predictions right now?
no, let's not do that. We're gonna save it for backlash.
Okay, that's fine.
That's probably fair. But before we get into the Dynasty tonight, because it corresponds with this right here, Moxley returned to
With the
AEW tonight with the IWGP World Title.
Let's go.
And started a fiery promo. Basically, over the past, as you guys remember, over the past couple of weeks now, a lot of people have been bad mouthing AEW, and a lot of people have been taking offense to it, especially in the AEW roster, especially even after the whole video of CM Punk that was released. CM Punk and Jack Perry was released last week. We haven't really mentioned it because we don't really want to mention because we've been beaten with a dead horse at this point. But his fiery promo did kind of not make mention of it, but insinuated that it's the best place to go and be there right now in AEW.
It was another rally of the troops type promo.
Yeah.
Very, very similar to what
Edge did.
Adam Copeland did last week.
Yeah. Or the week before.
Or sorry, yeah, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
After Punk was on the MMA Hour with Helwani.
Yeah. So I mean,
can I ask you a quick question?
Sure.
It's not going to be long.
Sure.
But a quick sidebar. Did you see anything that happened at USC 300 this weekend?
No.
Let me tell you, Max Holloway deserves the BMF championships because he proved why he's the baddest motherfucker on the planet.
Fair enough.
He was winning the fight 3-1. Like he had this fight in the bag. And the last 10 seconds, he invited Justin Gaethje to the middle of the octagon. And he said, let's give it everything we got. And with 2 seconds left, lands a right hook and completely drops Gaethje for the win. And then the main event was Alex Pereira versus Jamal Hill.
Mm-hmm.
In another one of the baddest things I've ever seen. Hill kicked Pereira in the cup.
Oh, I love it.
And instead of taking the 5-minute timeout that he's allotted, Pereira waved off Herb Dean.
Yep.
And proceeded to drop Hill with a left hand and then finished him with strikes.
Nice.
I thought that was really
it's almost like he's a eunuch.
What's that?
It's almost like he's a eunuch.
But yeah, so UFC's on fire right now.
TKO and Gerald's kind of on fire lately. They've been doing a hell of a good job, especially with everything. So
I think it worked out that they had WrestleMania followed by UFC 300 the next weekend.
Yeah.
Killer. 2 milestone events. Like you can't line that up any better.
No, I was looking good for TKO. So let's get to the AEW Dynasty title really quickly here. A few matches have been added on. We're going to talk about these. So let's go through the card really quickly here. So we're looking at right now AEW International title. Roderick Strong versus the returning Kyle O'Reilly.
Roddy's going to win. I think
Yeah.
Kingdom will get involved.
Yeah, I think so too. But I think it's going to be an interesting match.
But actually, speaking of Kingdom, I heard a report that Adam Cole's been taken off the road because it's hindering his recovery time, and he's still nowhere close to coming back. He must have really fucked up that ankle.
Had to have, or he's doing some silly shit he should be doing.
I doubt that.
Who knows? You don't know what they're doing. Anyway, next card on the match: Adam Copeland, Eddie Kingston, Mark Briscoe versus the House of Black.
Oh, your boys.
I mean, I'd be inclined to see the House of Black on this one, but I have a feeling it's going to be a face people that win.
I think the House of Black needs to win, to be honest.
I think they need the win too, but I feel I don't feel they have they're focusing all their House of Black stuff on the next match of the card, which is Julia Hart versus Willow Nightingale. And
I honestly think Willow's going to take it.
I honestly think Willow's not going to take it. I think Julia Hart's going to win it, especially if you watch Dynamite tonight. They seem to focus around Julia Hart against Mercedes Monet or something. But I mean, I like the House of Black. I like Julia Hart. To be honest, with you, I kind of want certain people in the House of Black to leave AEW and go to WWE again. But
is that a hint at Mr. Malachi?
I would love to see Malachi Black go back and well, either come back and just do Malachi Black because he owns a name, right? So he could probably do that if he wanted to.
If he went back to WWE, they would make him Aleister Black again.
They would, and they would also. I think they'd also push him a lot farther than they ever do because they think AEW right now is just kind of this. They don't know what to do with them. I don't think they were doing well for a while. I just don't think it's
here's
also injury stuff involved.
Listen, here's the problem with AEW. Okay, that no one seems to talk about. Okay, they have an embarrassment of riches in terms of they have literally one of the best rosters in terms of talent on the planet.
Of course they do. Half is WWE.
Right. So the problem becomes when you have all these top guys from outside of WWE that are all big stars.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, some of them are mid-card, you know.
Yeah.
Not everyone can be in the main event.
True. I think they're trying to focus more on their people from like New Japan because that relationship.
Yeah, I agree.
Speaking of New Japan, Kazuchika Okada versus Pac for the Continental Rules match.
That match is gonna bang, dude.
That's gonna be a good match. I don't think Pac's gonna win. I don't think Pac's gonna win at all.
Oh God, no.
But I think it's gonna be a hell of a good match. Timeless Tony Storm versus Thunder Rosa.
I would not be surprised if Thunder Rosa finally gets the title back.
She probably might just because she never did lose that title, right?
No.
So I could see her winning that with some help probably down the line. Tag team title match, ladder match actually. Young Bucks versus FTR. Is this why we think the Young Bucks actually get their title back? Because right now I don't see the point.
Who won it all in? FTR, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I could see Young Bucks, especially with the help of Okada.
Yeah, it's a possibility. Yeah. Ospreay versus Danielson.
This has potential to be the match of the decade.
I don't see Danielson winning this. I see Ospreay winning this.
I do too. And here's the thing.
Kind of the passing of the torch.
Here's the thing. You have the two, not one of the two, the two best wrestlers on planet Earth.
Yep.
In Bryan Danielson and Will Ospreay.
Yep.
Now, yes, Will Ospreay is still kind of establishing himself in AEW. He needs the win.
Yeah,
Bryan is at a star status where a loss does not hurt him. He's literally at the point of his career where he's just putting people over and having great matches.
Yeah, I think him and Ospreay are going to steal the show.
Not even steal the show. They could steal the whole year.
Which leads me to the next one. Steal the show. Swerve Strickland for the title against champion Samoa Joe.
I think this is where Swerve is crowned.
Going by if you want to go by wrestling logic, as we've talked before in the forum, Joe kind of left him laying. So probably, yeah, if you want to go by wrestling logic.
So I was talking about wrestling logic leading up to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
How many of those matches, according to wrestling logic, like I said, turned out the way I said they would?
I think it was like only a couple, not all of them.
Pretty much all of them.
Not all of them, though. But yeah.
No, not all of them, but pretty much all of them.
Yeah. Like Rhea beat Becky. Right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
What's it called? The Rock and Roman beat Cody and Seth.
Right, but that really wasn't That really was
That was going to happen no matter what. It was always going
right.
to be bloodline rules. It was never going to be not be bloodline rules. So, but yeah, that's the AEW card there, guys. Pick them if you want. Comment down below if you guys who you guys think might going to win. Yeah, just let us know because that's kind of like our picks are pretty much the same for this one as it is. So it's not like any different. Like I said, I taking Julia Hart, he's taking Willow,
And
whatever.
I'm gonna incentivize our fine viewers on YouTube
Sure.
and even our fine listeners across the internet. If you comment on a video,
Mhm.
or if you leave a rating and a comment on one of the platforms, whether it's Podbean or Spotify or whatever, I will compile them and I will actually shout you guys out on whenever the next recording is.
Heck, you can leave us questions. We'll shoot you
Yeah,
out there, let you know.
honestly, you could leave us questions about the randomest shit. I'll still
Let
answer it.
let's try to do that. You guys want to leave questions down below? Send us onto my Twitter. Right, we say at the end of the show all the time, or Doug's Twitter, or on our YouTube channel. Put questions down below in the comment section. Let us take a look and see. Go from there. Uh, so that's pretty much all the wrestling news for this week. By the way, a little side note, if you guys really want to know, Vince apparently has said that he wants to completely just distance himself completely away from TKO, hence why he's selling everything. Good, get out, go. Don't give a shit. Go live out with your means. They're going to spend all your money anyway on this lawsuit. Go have fun.
Yeah, go live out the rest of your miserable,
Yeah,
despicable life.
and hope to God you'll go to prison.
Rest in piss.
Yeah,
We will be smoking that Vince pack.
we'll be perfectly fine without you. Trust me, it's in good hands right now, despite what many people thought years ago.
All right.
But
So
let's
yeah,
get to some sports because we used to be a sports channel, and then we found that you guys liked our wrestling a lot more than our sports, which we appreciate because we like wrestling a lot too. But we also love sports,
and
especially
I
the
will
big
say,
ones.
shout out to Corey, who our friend who was on here for Dynamite a few weeks back.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he actually messaged me this morning and he asked me if we ever intended on doing a podcast about other sports. Um, to which I explained to him exactly that. It became a bit too much to keep up with in terms of the sports world.
Not
Because
yeah, it's a lot of competition in sports stuff, guys. It really is like ESPN, TSN. It's really hard to keep up with that stuff, especially on a daily basis because that's
but
kind of
yeah,
like a daily basis. Let's get
let's
into this
get
though.
to it.
Want to start with
So
our faithful Blue Jays first, and or
yeah, so what do you make of the first couple of weeks of the
so
season?
first couple weeks of the season right now. Varsho, I might have been wrong about Varsho. You so far you looks like you might have been right about Varsho. He had like a sophomore slump or adjustment to the American League because he has homered
Mhm.
twice today. And unfortunately, Jay's losing effort. They nearly swept the
He
Yankees,
in this
but
homestand, he's got like 4 or 5 home runs.
yeah, like he has two home runs. He had two home runs today. Um, but unfortunately, it wasn't enough. It looks like the Yankees came back in the eighth and ninth innings. Yeah, because Soto crushed one as well as Stanton. Stanton hit one of his piss rockets that you love to mention so much about. So unfortunately, you know what? They lost, but they took two or three from the Yankees, so that's actually a really
Well,
good thing.
and that's the thing. Like during this homestand, they have 3 straight series wins.
Yep.
Um, they're I mean, they went into the homestand, I think 4-6.
Yeah, there's a three-way tie for third right now.
Okay, cool. And
Which
guess what?
and it's
It's
still
only like
early.
20 games in.
Exactly. We're still in April.
There's still 140 something games to go.
Yeah.
So,
So they're looking good though. Can't say the same for my White Sox though. Yeah, for you guys don't know, yeah, we are in Toronto. I am a Jays fan first and foremost, but I'm also very much a diehard White Sox fan. And I don't even want to say it's a rebuilding year because it's not. 3-15, 9 games out of first.
who is the Royals still leading the Central?
Royals are in second right now, 12
Okay.
and 7 to the Guardians 12 and 6. So I was
No,
like a
okay, so
Royals
they're
Guardian.
a half game back.
Yeah. Although you know who's surprising right now, but also not really surprising is Houston is 6-14 right now.
Yeah. I
They do not
mean,
look. I mean, the Rangers aren't as good as you think they are. They're 10-9. That West is gonna be a battle all year, much like the East. It's gonna be a battle in the AL West and East.
well, I mean, to be fair, they get to beat up on the Angels and Athletics.
The Athletics have a better record than Houston right now.
For real?
8-11.
Holy shit.
I know.
What is
I know. It's hilarious. And the
the
Jays right now are considered last in the East, but they're 10-9. They're like there's not even that bad. So like
I
it's
mean,
hilarious.
look, the AL East is going to be a dogfight,
Yeah, the AL West
like
is
it
going to
has
be a
been,
dogfight too.
the last couple of years. It's going to be a dogfight.
I mean, we're
Uh,
still early, but right now the AL right now is looking like there's going to be there's going to be a lot of teams battling for that wild card,
oh yeah,
100%.
oh
The
yeah.
wild cards, especially with there's three now, right? And the East and the NL though. Last year's surprise, the Marlins are dead last right now in the East with 4-15. With
Hmm.
the Braves being 12-5, that's not really surprising. But Philly's
That's
right
not,
behind.
that
Right
doesn't
behind
surprise me.
the Mets look a little bit better. They're 10-8 right now. Washington is 8-10.
They're hovering around 500, but
Yeah,
I expect a losing streak.
yeah.
What are the Phillies doing?
Phillies right now are 11-8. They're second in the
Okay.
East.
All right.
Um,
I expect that.
yeah, St. Louis right now is last in the Central at 9-10. But even though the Reds are 9-9, so it's not even that bad. Pittsburgh's
Whoa.
11-8 right now.
So there's like literally 3 games separating all 5 teams in Central.
Literally.
Damn.
The NL West though, Dodgers right now are first with 12-9, but I mean the Rockies are 4-15, which isn't that bad. I mean the White Sox are the worst team in the league right now. That's sad to say. But the Giants don't look. Giants are 3 games out. Diamondbacks are 2 games out. Padres are a game back, and the Dodgers are leading right now. But that's going to change. It's still really early MLB. We never actually added this because we haven't done sports in a while. But who do you think is going to win the Cy Young this year?
Ooh. Now my homer pick is going to be Jose Barrios.
Right
Dude
now
has been
he's looking contender.
Jose Barrios is back in
Yeah,
a big way.
absolutely.
Um, he finished strong last year,
Yeah,
and he has had a great start to 2024.
he really has
Um,
right now.
so yeah, I'm just gonna keep my homer pick. I mean, to be fair, Corbin Burns is in the AL now.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, right now, well,
I'll tell you who it's not gonna be.
yeah.
It's not gonna be Garrett Cole.
No, he's not playing until he's not been pitching for at least the first 2 months of the season, if not three.
Yeah, he probably won't be back till June or July.
Like you look at it right now, like even strikeouts right now, Garrett Crockett of the White Sox is 31 strikeouts. It's going to change, obviously. Earned run average right now, best earned run average right now is Chase Blackburn with 0. Don't ask.
Okay.
Stolen bases, Durant is 6. Home runs right. We all want to talk about home runs right now. Home runs in the AL.
It's
Two
Mike
with
Trout.
no, it's Tyler O'Neill. Well, Tyler O'Neill and Mike Trout are tied for 7.
I think if Mike Trout stays healthy,
Yeah,
I think he has another MVP year,
I can see that.
especially with Otani in the NL.
Yeah.
I think it basically boils down to Trout, Judge,
Well,
and
right now,
Soto.
your home run leaders right now are currently your top 5 are Tyler O'Neill and Mike Trout are 1-1. Taylor Ward is 6.
Okay.
Isaiah Paredes with 5, and Gunnar Henderson with 5. I want to
Interesting.
talk about Jackson Holiday right now, really quickly. They brought him up, I think, way too early. Last I checked, he was 0-11 in his first few games. first few bats.
Yeah, he got his first hit the other night. Um, he got his fish, but you know what? Like, I mean, give the kid a chance.
Yeah,
I mean, it's going to take time for him to adjust
yeah.
to major league pitching.
Hmm.
Um, and he may be a little on the eager side to try. He may be trying to do too much right now.
Yeah,
I think he needs to just kind of go back to basics.
absolutely.
And I have no doubt in the ability of Jackson Holiday. And that infield is going to look sick in about 2 years.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, Baltimore, I think, like I've said before on this podcast earlier when we first started, when we were doing the sports thing, that I really like Baltimore. Um, I think Baltimore team to me is a team to beat in that American League. But last year we kind of saw that hopefully we're gonna have a really good complete regular season, but really crap at the playoffs. That's also young and youth too. Like that's a lot there. So I think though in the next couple of years, that Baltimore's gonna be that team.
Hmm.
But in the NL though, who's your son in the NL? Because right now it looks like Zach Gallen's got 3 wins along with Tyler Glass. They're actually Ranger Suarez, Peguero, Glasnow, and Gallen are all have 3 wins right now.
I could
Glasnow those leading in
see,
strikeouts.
I could see definitely Tyler Glass now.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad he's not in Tampa Bay anymore. But do I have to go to the bloody Dodgers?
I'm leaning towards him, and I think it's hard not to count Mookie Betts as a early MVP favorite in the
Home run.
NL.
You know who's leading home runs right now in the NL? Marcell Ozuna with 7.
Fuck him.
Mookie Betts is second. Mookie Betts, Pete Alonso, and Michael Bush all have 6 home runs, and Tatis has 5.
Well, I mean,
But
you can't count out Tatis or Acuna either.
no, but
Um,
Ozuna has
I
22
know,
runs batted in right now.
I know. Yeah, fuck Marcell Ozuna, piece of shit.
Just say it.
Look, I'm not gonna get into an argument on this, but like that,
I'm not going to argue with you. I'm just telling you that I'm just telling you who it is that you're reacting.
if if we're gonna take as big of a stance as we are with guys like Julio Urias and Trevor Bauer, if we're gonna do shit like that,
Don't forget
Marcelo,
Wander Franco. Wander Franco, don't forget him.
I mean, that's a completely different situation.
Still a piece of shit.
Oh, absolutely. But I mean, Marcelo Zuna, fuck him.
Yeah.
Um, anyways,
Anyways, okay, that's baseball, folks. Right now, that's pretty much what we think right now. It's a lot of fun. Personally, for me, my Cy
we're
Young right now, I wouldn't be
we're three
surprised if
weeks.
Brios. We're 3 weeks in, right?
Yeah.
I haven't gone to the game yet. I'm looking to see the White Sox game. It looks like tickets are gonna be decent for that. So, White
Be
Sox, here they
cheap
come.
because the White Sox fucking suck.
Exactly, should be a slaughter like it was last year. If I'll still wear my jersey, you get yelled
When are
at
the
for
White when are the White Sox coming to town?
that. If I'm correct, it is at the end of the month.
Hmm. We'll talk about it.
Then they go to Chicago. So let's go. Let's talk playoffs. Let's talk NHL here. Let's talk playoffs. Let's talk puck because right now at least 6-4 losers by the looks of it to Tampa Bay
You see
today.
the craziness that happened last night? I know you were really preoccupied, but
Oh, you mean the 4-1 loss there in Florida?
no, I'm talking about
Or are you
what
talking about?
happened between Detroit and Washington and Philadelphia and Pittsburgh.
Oh, did you hear about Boston too? They basically looks like they threw the game so they could play Toronto.
Yeah, well, I mean, Toronto did it to themselves too because they lost to Florida anyway.
Well, the Leafs got to stop trying. We should stop worrying about trying to get Austin Matthews his 70th goal. I just scored the
Which
puck. It was
it
playing
didn't
the game.
happen, so he
Didn't
finished the
happen. Who
season with
cares?
69.
Yeah, who cares? There's only one guy. Yeah, you know what? If he would have scored 70, he would have scored 70 once. Congratulations. Gretzky did it 4 times in a row.
Yeah, but first of all, different league. Second of
Still,
all, second of all, it hasn't been done in like 30 years.
it's the great one.
Okay, whatever. Anyways, so the playoff matchups are set.
Yes, we are set, and let's go through them really quickly.
Washington's going to get beat down by Florida.
So no, Washington. So
Or
playoffs,
sorry, they're going to
our
get
first
beat down by the Rangers.
Rangers are the first Rangers against the Capitals. Hurricanes versus the Islanders.
Carolina should sweep the Islanders.
Florida versus Tampa Bay, the Battle of Florida.
The Battle of Florida, huh?
And our Toronto Maple Leafs versus the Boston Bruins. Everyone's favorite bloody team to play in the first round of playoffs.
Okay,
maybe we forget the historical collapse it was a number of years ago.
So here's the way I see
it. Let's do this.
All right. So Washington should get absolutely shit kicked by the Rangers.
By all rights, they should be swept.
Yeah, and I think that Carolina should sweep the Islanders.
It's playoff hockey, though.
It is playoff hockey,
and we've seen sillier things.
I think, based on experience,
Look,
it's one of those get in and you got a chance type things. I think the first upset of the year will be Tampa over Florida.
The Toronto finally bags that fucking demon and just bags Boston.
So I think if Toronto has the confidence to get past Boston,
yep,
there's nothing stopping them to the cup. And the reason why I say this is, do you remember Washington's run in 2018 or 19?
Yeah, Holtby was a pretty hot goal at the time, too.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is the one team that Ovechkin's Capitals could never beat in the playoffs was Pittsburgh. And the year they finally beat Pittsburgh in the playoffs, they went on to win the cup. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, well, that's a lot of hope for a lot of Toronto Maple Leafs fans. Where I see it right now, I see Florida beating Tampa. Tampa's just not the same team, but Tampa's also a playoff team. I see Toronto hoping to do it this time. I just don't want to see it. I mean, like, I'm a Leaf fan. Okay, I'm a Leaf fan. Okay, right? But I don't get excited.
Don't worry, I won't hold it against you.
I don't get excited nowadays until I get to the Eastern Conference Final, because I've seen them get to the Eastern Conference Final before. Nobody else has seen it since. So,
listen, hold on. Okay, I'm old enough to remember two finals trips. Okay, I remember '99 versus Buffalo, and I remember '02 versus Carolina.
Yeah,
okay.
I remember a lot of them, but I don't get excited until I get to the Eastern Conference Final. Simple as that.
And that's fair,
right? I see Washington getting shit kicked by the Raiders, but we have seen the NHL as well too. Number one seed's getting knocked out real quickly too. Not saying it's going to happen.
President's Trophy curse.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it will. It could have possibly happened. And I see Carolina being the Islanders. All right, Western Conference. Stars versus the Kings.
Ooh.
I got a soft spot for the Kings. I like to see the Kings beat the Stars. Jets versus the Avalanche.
Oh, the Jets squeaked in.
Yeah.
Okay.
My other team, because I spent a lot of time there, the Vancouver Canucks, who won the Pacific Division, faced Nashville.
Okay.
And the Edmonton Oilers against the Vegas Golden Knights. Well, Mike correct, it was my pick to win and get to the final again.
I picked Edmonton to win.
You did.
So that's the thing. I look at that prediction sheet almost every day when I'm trying to find what fucking page I'm on.
Yeah.
In my notebook.
Yeah.
But so okay. Colorado.
Okay.
Colorado should manhandle the Jets.
All right.
Stars Kings, huh?
Stars Kings. I'm a Gretzky guy. I loved the Kings growing up a lot more than times I like the Leafs. Because I'm a
Stars in
guy.
7.
I think the Stars will probably win. The Kings are to start the same team.
I'm gonna say the Stars in 7.
Fair enough. I'll say the Kings in 7. I'm sure I've changed this. Yeah. Jets versus Colorado.
Colorado in 5.
Canucks versus Predators. If the Canucks lose again, might see the city burn again. They haven't had this much confidence in years.
That's true.
And I was there the last time they got the place burned, so I was there the last time.
Let's see. Canucks, Preds. I'll take the Canucks in 6.
I think the Canucks will probably take that too.
Yeah.
Oilers against Vegas. The defending Stanley Cup champions.
Oil in 7.
I think the Oil will do it. Is it a
I think-
possibility that we might see Oilers versus? No, I don't think it's ever going to happen because the Gary Batman is a piece of shit. But
An
Oilers
Leafs
versus Leafs
final?
final.
It's possible this year.
We got
It's-
1, 2, 3, 4 Canadian teams.
Yeah, and 3 of them are in the Western Conference.
Yeah, almost shows either how weak the Western Conference is or how good better the West is.
Speaking of weak Canadian teams,
Let's beat this dog up now.
you remember all that optimism about the Ottawa Senators at the beginning of the year?
Yeah, but there's always optimism for the Senators.
And yeah, how'd that work out for them?
Nah, the Senators. I can't stand the Senators. I can't even stand Daniel Alfredson.
Oh, fuck Daniel Alfredson.
Can't stand him. Can't stand him. I mean, great player. Oh, yeah, it's nothing to do. I just don't like him as a human being, as a person.
So now that the season's over, are you
Yeah.
still sticking with Vegas to win the cup?
I really want to stick with that. I mean, right now I'm still on the fence about it. I mean, you kind of go with the hot hand at the time when you think Vegas looked like a juggernaut, especially the start of the season.
Well, apparently
And
Mark Stone
they
Mark
died
Stone will
off.
be ready.
Well, that team, you know what? It's the NHL playoffs. Okay, you can just all you gotta do is get in. It's a completely different
true.
season, right? You see every year in sports. Every year, there's some team that makes it in, squeaks it in, whether it be baseball, hockey, the big four, right? And some team who just squeaks in, makes it far. So I would be
Yeah.
surprised. I mean, hell, it could. You said squeaked in the Jets. It could be the Jets.
So before we get out of here, let's talk some basketball.
Let's talk basketball and this. Let's beat this one up here because Porter, who is a Toronto Raptor or was a Toronto Raptor, has been banned for the
Yeah.
rest of his God-given life from the NBA.
Yeah, Jonte Porter.
Kind of
After
his own team.
after being under investigation for the last month and a bit, was found to have grossly broke the NBA's very strict gambling rules, including making bets against his own team to lose.
That's messed up. I mean, sure, Pete Rose did that. Didn't Pete Rose have better on the Reds to win?
No, he never. The thing about Pete Rose is he bet on baseball, but he never bet on his own team.
Fair enough.
Jonte Porter, but yeah, you'll after this news story blows over, you'll never hear that name again.
Nope. He will go. Where is he from? Is he from the U.S. or is he Canadian? Please don't be Canadian.
I think he's U.S.
Thank God.
I think he's from the States.
Yeah,
but
he won't even get a job as a coach.
So yeah, we're in the middle of the play-in right now.
Yep.
The Sixers beat the Heat.
Yep.
The Sixers beat the Heat 105-104. Bulls Hawks are in at halftime.
Yep.
With the Bulls up by 7-6 right now.
Mm-hmm.
So right now the first round looks like this. Magic Cavs.
I want to be about say right now that I am basically a Bulls fan for the most part.
So right now, Magic Cavs. Who do you got that series?
I got a lot of love for the Magic, so I'm gonna say because I was a little bit Shaquille guy, so I'm gonna say the Magic.
Okay. I Yeah, I'll take the Magic in that series. KD and the Suns versus Cat and the Timberwolves.
Suns.
Um,
I think it's time
as
for
much
this.
as much as I love Kevin Durant, he is he's far and away my favorite player of this generation. I think just the youth of the Timberwolves.
Mhm.
I think that they make a serious run at things.
Well, they finally did something.
Yeah. Well, I
It
mean,
took only took number of years.
between Cat, Anthony Edwards, I mean,
Yeah.
those two are killer duo.
Mhm.
Um, Sixers Nets, or sorry, Sixers Knicks.
You know what? I'm gonna take the Knicks.
Oh, you want chaos, huh?
They need something. They haven't had a viable team since Patrick Ewing and John Starks were there.
Hey, don't knock Melo's Knicks.
I'm just fuck that. They where do they go? At least John Starks and Patrick Ewing took that team to the
To the sec-
finals twice.
they went to the second round.
Yeah, they got to the finals twice with Ewing and Starks. Fuck that. That was
Uh,
excellent. That was amazing basketball. Of course, they ran
provided
into a juggernaut.
provided provided Embiid is healthy, I'll take the Sixers.
All right, fair enough.
Um, Lakers Nuggets. The
Nuggets,
Nuggets are the 1 seed.
Nuggets.
I say LeBron makes another miracle run.
Fuck that. Look, no, don't count that. Okay, we said before you can't count the pandemic stuff. All right, so you can't count the pandemic.
Okay, fine. I still think LeBron. I when in doubt, trust LeBron. Uh,
Yeah, about that.
but I mean, Jokic is about to dice them up, and I know they are. But
Yeah,
I'm just trying to
you're
make.
doing the exact same thing I do with the Knicks.
Yeah, I just want chaos.
Yeah,
Um, I
some people
believe
just choose chaos in the morning. I chose chaos.
I believe the winner of Friday's matchup between the winner of the Hawks and Bulls play the play the Heat.
Hmm.
So
Bulls.
so whoever that is plays the Celtics in the first round, and the Celtics are just going to kill them. Jason Tatum, Jalen Brown, Kristaps Porzingis. Um,
Boston's looking for that run they had with fucking KD. With sorry, not Kevin Durant. You know what I'm talking about. With,
AG,
with KG and Paul Pierce
Ray Allen.
right
Yeah.
now, and so looking for that little run.
I honestly think this is the best chance that this Celtics core has had to win the title. Um,
This team has been building for a little bit now. The Boston Celtics, right? Ever since
it's deep
KG
run,
left and all that,
like
they've
it's
had
deep
crap
run
years and
after
they've
deep
building.
run
Yeah.
after deep run.
So they've been having a time there. It might be time for the Celtics to win.
Yeah. I mean, if you ask me right now, I as much as they're a division rival, I'll take the Celtics to win it all, honestly.
Fair enough.
Mavs and Clippers. I'm going Luca and the Mavs.
I think the Mavs too, just because you know what? Ever since that, I mean, not that it's his fault, but I don't want to see. I don't want to. I don't just don't want to see Kawhi Leonard win a championship that wasn't with the Raptors. Just don't want to see it.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
It's not his fault. I mean, I can understand what he was doing, but like, still,
Yeah. Pacers led by Tyrese Halliburton and Pascal Siakam versus Giannis and the Bucks.
just to stick it,
Giannis, Dame, and the Bucks.
just to stick it to the fucking Raptors. I want the fucking Pacers to win it,
Okay, that's
but
fair.
I'm sure the Bucks will probably win that series. But I like to see See, I
But
can give a big fuck you to the Raptors for what he did. They did.
I said this to Corey earlier today because we were talking about this. He picks the Mavs. He's a big Mavs fan.
Fair enough.
I told him, I said it's time for Dame because Giannis has a sore calf right now,
Yeah.
and we all remember what happened to Kevin Durant in the 19 finals.
Yeah, and Damian Lillard just complained he wanted out of Portland. So
Look, this is time. It's Dame time. Like it's time for Lillard to show why Milwaukee brought him in. Like
he's
it's
gonna have
put
to
up or
carry the team.
yeah, it's put up or shut up time for Dame. So I'm taking the Bucks.
Fair enough.
So the winner of Friday's matchup between the Sacramento Kings and the New Orleans Pelicans without Zion
Yeah, I saw Zion not playing.
will
That
go
basically dooms the Pelicans.
will go on to play SGA, who I think is the MVP. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Oklahoma's gonna win that series no matter what.
I think so too. I think so too. I like what the Kings are doing. I think they're going to continue to
They haven't
be a
had a
good
decent.
team.
They haven't had a team since Vlade Divac was
Remember,
there.
I know, but remember, they made the playoffs last year. They went out in the first round.
Still,
They will most likely beat the Pelicans Friday night. They're going to make the playoffs again, but they're probably going to get killed by the Thunder. Simple as that.
fair enough.
And I believe that is it
That's it.
for the NBA.
That's
And
NBA. NFL news wise right now, folks, there's nothing really going on in the NFL right now. We're coming to draft day.
oh, did you see that
Draft day is next week, actually.
one of the draft prospects died?
I did see that. Can't remember what his
Yeah.
name was though.
He was some 25-year-old. He played at the University of Albany.
Mm.
I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah.
Um,
You know what? Draft day is coming up next week. It is the NFL draft. So we're looking at an interesting time. Oh, Chargers signed Dobbins to a 1 year contract. The Chargers did.
pardon me?
Apparently, the Chargers signed J.K. Dobbins to a 1 year contract.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's
Apparently,
another.
also, actually, there's some NFL news. Apparently, Robert Kraft, this is kind of weird. Robert Kraft warned the Falcons organization about hiring Belichick, not to trust Belichick. It's kind of weird.
Whatever. Bill Belichick's going to be on the Pat McAfee show during draft night.
Bill Belichick is just, well, winningest coach. Well, he's not the winningest coach. That's Don Shula. It always will be Don Shula.
And Bill Belichick showed more character in a 1-minute clip on Pat McAfee show today than I've seen him in 25 years. Because they had Pac-Man Jones, Adam Pac-Man Jones on
Yeah.
and Belichick was talking about some punt return touchdown that Pac-Man ran back on them, and he said, I've never been so mad about something during a game in my life.
Fair enough.
So the draft prospect that passed away, his name was AJ Simon.
Yep.
25 years old, defensive lineman.
Yeah.
At the University of Albany. He was a first-team All-CAA defensive end. And there's no details on his passing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's very unfortunate, especially like he was scheduled to be in the draft pool next weekend.
Yeah. Draft's coming up though. Probably consensus right now, the Bears are taking Caleb Williams. Don't know
I have no faith in the Bears organization.
Look, the guy didn't throw at the combine. He didn't do any of those things too. We only threw at his pro day, if I'm correct. Uh, quite frankly, there's been a lot of talk about him not being the best overall player. Quite frankly, we'll see what happens in the NFL, but the Bears can't exactly screw this up. They can't.
Well, you were saying it's a very deep
It's deep.
draft for
There's
linemen.
there's a lot of offensive players going to be in this draft. Lineman wise, there's going to be a lot. There's a couple quarterbacks. The running backs now are going second, third round. So unless he's a complete other standout, it's not happening in the first round, folks.
I would like to, so I know the Chargers as of right now are picking fourth or fifth.
I'm correct right now. The NFL draft, the Chargers are picking, I believe, fifth.
Okay. So I would like them to take one of three positions. Another
Okay.
lineman like a guard. They have
Okay.
tackle locked up.
All right.
So like a guard or a center.
Mm-hmm.
They could maybe go another receiver
Yep.
or someone in the secondary, like a safety or something. I don't know if there's any big defensive players in the first round.
I think they're going to go offensive line
Yeah.
because if I know Jim Harbaugh, he's going to draft an offensive lineman to protect Justin Herbert because he's not.
And you know
So
what?
the way this,
Rashawn Slater does a very good job on his blind side.
yeah,
But and fuck, they just picked up someone up last year on right tackle, didn't they?
I can't remember who they picked up
Yeah.
off the top of my head right now. The
But
Chargers right now need an O lineman, a running back, a cornerback, and a wide receiver. Most of the wide receiver because they traded Keenan Allen.
yeah.
But I'm going to say right now they're probably going to draft O line. They'd be smart to draft the best available O lineman or best draft O lineman there. My
So
Cowboys, on their hand, who are picking 24th, need O lineman, a running back, a defensive lineman, and a wide receiver.
I could see them
I
going D line.
can see them going O line first. They should actually. Sorry, we put a Cowboy out here for a second here. If you guys really think for 2 seconds that you guys shouldn't draft an O lineman, you guys are stupid. Don't draft D line. You don't need D line. You draft O line.
All right, you heard it here first from Jerry Jones Jr.
Fuck Jerry Jones. Fuck him. It's not my fault I've been older as a senile little prick. He's just like Biden and Trump, both senile and delusional.
Oh God. That's a
Right?
spectator sport too.
Right?
Up
But
here in
like,
Canada.
yeah, like that. They're both senile as shit. Right? They're all senile as shit. They just stop. Right? Just stop. Both.
On that note, thank you all for listening. A very special thank you. We passed 1,000 downloads this week. We appreciate the support. We've only been doing this for,
Since October.
7 months.
Since October, so whatever that is.
Yep. We've only been doing this for 7 months and we enjoy doing it. So yeah, we appreciate the support. I understand, like,
Hello? Doug? Hello? Well, I think Doug's got frozen there on the other side there. Don't know why what happened there. But hey, guys, make sure you like, share, subscribe down below. Thank you very much for all the support that you guys give us. It's wonderful. We love you all very much for it. Make sure you follow Doug Lyons at D Lyons on Twitter. I'm sure you can find him. Mine is DA Wrestling Podcast on Twitter, as well as on DA Sports on Twitter, TikTok. And make sure you guys have yourself a good time. Like, share, subscribe, follow, below us. Have yourself a good night, everybody. Take a look at the video down below there. You might like it. It's a good one. Have a good night, everybody. Best luck to you.